Baixens, chemistry for construction. Renovation and stippled finish cover range. In this video we are going to show Baixens' proposal for renewing a room with stippled finish paint with a manual application using a spatula and a plaster specifically formulated for this use. After the complete removal of the stippled finish paint, we will achieve high quality, smooth and perfect walls. Baixens offers a wide range of manual application plasters for renovation and covering stippled finishes, which are provided with the perfect qualities for doing the job quickly, comfortably, easily and economically. Wash-Imper RX114 Red Label, Wash-Imper RX122 Quick Red Label, Wash-Imper RX301 Renovation Paste, Aprostine AP114 Red Label, Aprostine AP301 Cubregota, Revox R2 Renovation Plaster, Revox R21 Filling and Renovation Plaster, Revox R5 Ready-to-Use Smoothing and Renovation Plaster. The characteristics of a good plaster for renovation and stipple finish cover should be the following. Easy application. Baixens plasters, thanks to their special formulation, are provided with excellent workability, great spreading power and reabsorption capacity when coming to joins. Good adhesion to absorbent plastic paint surfaces. Baixens plasters are enhanced with resins and additives which give optimal adhesion on painted surfaces, whether matte or gloss. The possibility of being applied thickly while still maintaining the fineness of a finishing product. Baixens products keep a perfect balance between load capacity and fineness, so they allow the job to be finished with the same renovation product. Easy to sand. Baixens plasters, once dried, allow easy sanding. We recommend using sandpapers with a minimum particle size of 220 in order to avoid scratching the plastered support. In the example shown next, we will see the stipple finish paint renovation process in a room, achieving, after the application of our plaster, perfect smooth walls. Chosen product for this job is our Wash-Imper Red Label RX114. Actions to take. Check the support's hardness and soundness. Adhesion test. Hole repair. Fixing the clean supports. Product application. For this purpose we will use the following tools, which we should have ready for use. Cutter, bucket, spatula, protective goggles, mask, roller, wide spatula for plastering, sanding machine, brush. Checking the support. To check quality of the support to be restored, we will make several tests. Knocking. We knock the substrate with the knuckles, looking for loose parts. If areas make a hollow sound when knocked, it means that we have a weak and loose support. In this case, no renovation finish should be applied directly to the support. Adhesion test. Similarly, to check the cohesion of the stippled finish paint, we make some incisions in it with the help of the cutter, making a grid with squares of approximately 1 centimeter. We then scratch the grid with the spatula. If after scratching we find that some 75% has stayed intact, it means the support is strong and healthy. On the other hand, if the grid almost completely falls off, we have a support that lacks cohesion. This is the second indication for a support that requires prior cleaning and treatment. In these cases, please consult our technical commercial department or your usual sales establishment. Hole repair. Before applying Wash-Imper RX114 Red Label, we must repair any holes and scratches in the support. For this purpose, we will use our special plaster for hole repair, Wash-Imper Blue Label RX116, with quick setting properties. Fixing clean supports. Before applying RX114 Wash-Imper Red Label, we must fix the supports with our waterborne fixative Fixapren RX500, which allows us to set any possible powder particles and harden the support, making it ready for a good application. Product application. For this, we firstly put the water into the container, followed by the amount of powder needed to achieve a thick and homogeneous paste. Product is mixed using an electric mixer at low speed. Once the paste is ready, we leave it to settle for several minutes before applying. Plaster application starts vertically, always with upward strokes, placing material and then removing the excess, trying to smooth and cover any defect in the support. Each area applied should overlap the adjacent area, respecting the order of application. Joins will be treated in the opposite direction, with downward strokes. The product is applied generously and firmly, applying the material and then removing the excess, being sure to cover any wall defect. The work should be carried out quickly and freely. Corners between walls and ceilings should be done cleanly and neatly. It is a question of practice. No specialization is needed to create an angle well. Once all the room is plastered and without the need for it to be totally dry, we apply a second coat of the product, fresh on fresh. This coat gives a good smoothness. When the material dries, sand the surfaces, as these may have ridges, roughness or defects which were not noticed during the plastering. An extremely fine sandpaper should be used in order not to scratch the support. Powder on the substrate from the sanding process must be removed with the help of a brush. If the surfaces were unscreed and not completely smooth, it is possible that the fresh on fresh coat did not achieve a perfect smoothness. In order to achieve this, it is advisable to apply a new layer of the product, but this time in horizontal strokes, always working from the bottom to the top. Joints should be done in this position and height, from left to right, pressing with the left hand on the spatula for greater pressure. In order to meet health and safety requirements, we recommend using a filter mask and protective goggles. This equipment will also be used in the sanding process. Once the product has totally dried, we proceed to sand it down, preferably mechanically. We will use sandpaper with a particle size no bigger than 220. If, after the sanding process, some imperfections are observed which have not been covered during the plastering process, they should be filled and sanded before painting. In order to detect these imperfections, we use a powerful light bulb. Once sanded, and in order to finish the job, we can choose between a direct application of the decorative coating, or we can opt for a high-quality finish with excellent fineness. In this second case, we should apply to the renovation plaster an extra fine finishing plaster, such as RX115 Ruhrleicht White Label, as well as its equivalent, ready-to-use Ruhrleicht Paste RX300. If we are going to use a lacquer or enamel as the final product, we should first apply RX304 Aqualac. Walls prepared and finished using this process boast a spectacular polish with a fineness comparable to marble or glass. This is the final result once the job is done. For more information, ask for our manuals at the nearest point of sale or visit our webpage. Baixens' policy is based on research, innovation and fitting our products to new trends, basing ourselves in the current regulations and maintaining quality as the descriptive, crucial and differentiating factor in our brands. Our priority for client satisfaction, key factor in endurance in a demanding market, is what guides us to versatility and adaptability to new technologies, while focusing on the company's traditional operational factor based on models of quality assurance and environmental respect. cutting-edge chemistry in the service of construction. Baixens.